Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Hera expansion to Mythic Battles Pantheon by Monolith. Again, this is another big box expansion and it comes with quite a few things. On the back it has artwork of what you'll get instead of actual pictures of what you'll get, but then the basic stuff, and I'll actually say you get 13 miniatures, 10 dashboards with stat clips, troop card, 44 activation cards, 50 upgrade cards, and a campaign booklet. So still lots of stuff in here. So let's get to it. Alright, so as you well know, I am not the best at unboxing. I'm not really the best at anything, which is kind of why I'm the king of average. However, I do have a sharp knife, and there's no tricky cardboard boxes for me to have to go through, so I should be okay here. But keep rooting for me. I probably need it. See? Oh, I think I got it. Man, sometimes even this foils my plans. Alright. Here we are. Now again, just to note while I'm going through this, that this is the 1.0 edition, so the 1.5 edition from the most recent Kickstarter as of filming this might have some changes when it comes to the stat clips or cards and what's on them, or just various other things. A few improvements there, but first things first, we get two, one in French, one in English. Get rid of the French one. Well, don't get rid of it. I don't throw away hardly anything, but just set it there. And we'll look through here real quick and just take a look. As always, there's some fantastic artwork. They always do such a great job with this. I've been really impressed with that. And this will have kind of a campaign and some various ways to set up for like a skirmish game, which is kind of nice. So again, lots of content. This is a very big book, and not just because it has a full art on there too. So 12 scenarios plus in the skirmish maps as well. So lots of stuff here in this campaign. Very cool. I always like the big box expansions to Monolith games because they always add a lot of gameplay, which I really appreciate as a fan of not just miniatures and great components in general, but I like to actually play these games, and adding more content is always good in my book. Let's get rid of these boxes here. Flip this over, and let's take a look at the double-sided map. So, first one is, I like how bright these are, by the way. These are nice. So, we get this one. And I think it's, let's go and flip it. Let's make it right side up for everybody here. Okay. So, we have this one, which has a lot of different places you can be, which looks really cool, and I like that this is kind of in the middle here. It'd be great to get like a, some kind of terrain piece that would symbolize that. I think that'd look really cool. But otherwise, very nice. I'm gonna flip it over here, if I can. Oh, right. Sorry, these are big and thick, so I mean, I appreciate it, but they're hard to kind of get in here, so you're not gonna get the full effect here. But here again, it's kind of round with a thing in the middle. They're both kind of similar to that, though this is like a giant tree and kind of a temple area, which is kind of cool. You can be on the outside or the inside. Imagine that takes place in this scenario. But thematically, actually quite different ones, which is kind of nice. I do appreciate the changes in there. Okay, now, this should be pretty amazing. So let's see. Yep, that, my friends, and if you're not my friends, the people watching this, my viewers, if nothing else, is how stuff should pop out. That is awesome. That is great. This is where the stat clips would go in. Again, just fantastic. It just pops out, no problem. No tags, no tearing of the actual image that's on there, and a really good cardboard as well. I mean, that's nice and thick. Good stuff. I love it. Let's be honest, punching out stuff is fun, but miniatures are where it's at. So as always, I will be kind of looking at these for the first time here live, and you'll get my impressions on what I think about the sculpt and the quality and the design and all that. And then at the end, I'll put them kind of under some nice lighting on a turntable, and you'll be able to see them from all different angles up close and really get to see them. So this will just be kind of at a little bit of a distance, and just kind of my live feedback there. Here are the stat clips. Again, in the new version, I think they have some kind of rubber backing or something like that, make them a little bit nicer, but That's those. Let's take a look at the cards here. Alright, now that we're all zoomed in. So again, love the kind of full art that they have going on here. And it really puts the art front and center. They're not putting a whole lot of information on here that maybe you don't need. Instead, it's just kind of this beautiful artwork that I really, really dig. I think that's really, really nice. Very obvious what's looking at here. And then you kind of have the more detailed stuff. But even still, they're going to put the artwork there, which I really, really do like. And as for quality, I get a ton of stuff here. I actually really like kind of again, they almost feel plastic. They're just really kind of good quality when it comes to their thickness, you know, because they're not as thick as I've seen, but they're not super flimsy either. And the material or the coating they have on it seems to do its job quite well. So happy with that. Okay, so we're gonna pop those in there. It's miniature time. Okay, let's start with the big guy. Why not? This is kind of the giant tree dude, and the detail, the texture work here is fantastic. He would take a dry brush, I think, very, very well. And in fact, if you wanted to, you could even do some wet blending to kind of ease into a general highlight on pieces that are upturned, or maybe the twigs versus kind of the bulkiness of his regular kind of wood body. But all around very good. I don't even see a lot of cleanup on him. He just seems pretty well. I'm even looking for gaps here, and I'm coming up fairly empty. Like, there's some here, but they have it in such a way with these kind of twigs or branches going this way where it looks natural. So you don't actually have to worry about it. I can tell it was glued there, but I'm not going to fill that. That'll look just natural. Very good design choice there. I like that a lot. I wish more people would incorporate this kind of design. Sorry to go back to this, but I really like that. That's cool. Where they kind of keep in mind how it's going to have to be put together. I really like how solid these are, by the way. These are not hollowed out or anything. This is great quality. In fact, I think he's a single piece even. I'm not seeing... That's nice. Again, good detail. That's going to be hard to... because he's so low to like paint in there. So you're just going to want to probably keep it fairly shadowed unless you are going to debase him. But I don't do that. That seems above average, which is certainly not in my description. Big base though, so you can do a lot of basing here, which is nice. So I hate painting snakes. I hate painting anything round. I don't know. I just get annoyed. Perhaps I just get annoyed easily. But either way, this guy's cool. I love like all the snakes wrapped around and all that. Just a very neat idea to have him almost not the centerpiece. Instead, it's like this column that he's wrapped around. And it would go great with a terrain set. Alright, so we got a centaur guy. And it looks like he's got a little bit of a bent arrow here I'm going to have to fix. But that is not a big deal at all. First of all, it's very skinny. But some hot water will cure that just fine. I do like the pose, and he seems really secure for being on just these two back feet here. Like, that's not bad at all. The different hand hair strand is nice, if I could talk. And a little bit of a thickness here, just kind of support it. If that was really skinny, that'd be even worse than this right here. I'm fine with that. It's a miniature after all, and it has to be practical for the game, but great pose. Love the flow here. The gap seems fine. I'm happy with that one. Okay, there's Hera herself. Again, minimal bending here, maybe just a little bit, but not too bad. Great texture up here. I do like that. Yeah, this is great. The texture's cool. Cool design. And again, if there is a glued part here, like this would hide it. I'm not saying any... Like, the cleanup here is going to be sweet. It's going to be really easy, which I really appreciate. This dude is like Hercules here, and he's got a giant club. But I dig that. And then kind of a bow strapped around on the back. Tiny bit of cleanup here. Not too bad at all. And great muscle definition. And just, again, that the miniature quality has increased so much in recent years. It's really impressive. These are crazy bird guys. There's not a whole lot to talk about. They're pretty unique. They'd paint up really quick. You get, what, 3 of them? So, yeah, they're cool. I like them. This is a very fascinating pose and pretty daring. Again, looks pretty secure here. I like that. You can pick them up and you're not going to feel bad or anything. The small base might actually help with that. Just a very well sculpted miniature. That's nice. Good job, sculptor, whoever did that. This guy. One of the more boring miniatures, I guess you could say, but I love his... Look at that finger detail. That is awesome. That's just darn impressive. They all have faces. That's a plus. I guess I should mention that. Sometimes that doesn't end up the case. Again, with these crazy poses, this guy's like just landing, about to stab. Oh, that's actually sharp too. That's legit sharp. I'm glad that's on the bottom. Tiny bit of cleanup, but nothing major. Love these. All right, and then we have this guy, which I really, again, just kind of the interesting ideas, right? So this kind of, when a sculpt can tell a story like this, I actually really appreciate it. Some might think this is boring, but what I like about it is, you know, just his pose with even his mouth open, which that detail's even there, and him holding the kind of Medusa head here, but the snakes are like dead and dying and drooping, and you can tell he's holding up a kind of a prize, a trophy thing. Just a cool idea. I really appreciate that. Beyond just the kind of sculpt, you know, how good the plastic came out, really. Just the whole idea of these minis, I think, are really, really well done. Anyway, that's my thoughts on these, so let's go ahead and get to the end of the video where we show kind of the close-up, the round table, and we'll go from there. Alright, so as you can see, they just look great. I mean, they're all dynamic and everything, which is really nice, but the texture on them is really good. Like that wooden guy is really good, and if you look at those snakes there, there's not a part where it gets soft. A lot of times you'll get crisp details on a lot of minis, but then they get soft, and I'm just not seeing that here. Really, really impressed with these. The poses are super dynamic. I really like that. They're not just all single piece, but even the single piece ones are quite impressive. Just generally a good quality here. You see all the bases are actually flat. I really, really like that. That's definitely a welcome addition. And again, with the hand details, the finger details, all of that's there. I'm not seeing a soft spot here. I'm not seeing a spot here that it's like, oh, the mold didn't quite work here, or oh, this part's a little bad. A few tiny bent pieces. You can tell that spear is ABS, so they've done what they can there. Maybe still slight. And I don't know, she seems like she's angled weird to me. I don't know if that's just mine, or maybe she's just kind of oddly angled. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I have to see somebody else's. Or if you already have this, let me know how your Hera is. Is she kind of angled like that? Maybe she's just kind of slightly leaning. I don't know. Anyway, very happy with these minis. They're fantastic. Can't wait to paint them. If you have an idea on what I should paint first, let me know in the comments below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe if you appreciate this content and want to see more, especially if you want to see more Mythic Battles Pantheon content, because I'm going to be continuing to unbox these, paint these. I'll do a review here soon. It'll be a good time. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.